Aiden, wow. Seconds on the clock. You guys get one last chance to win this by one. Talk to me about that drive. It's a lot about Nick Howard out, that game time decision as he's nursing several injuries as the staff has reported. Well, he has been very active today, not only involved in play calling, but after every single drive when the offense comes off the field, going up to Dylan Cadwallader, encouraging him, motivating him, saying, here we go, we're good, we got this, and keeping him locked in. You had a big offensive impact today with those 4 touchdowns in a must-win game. You were beaming coming off of the field. Talk to me about how exciting this win is. Coach Al Bagnoli spoke about the Lions' need to focus on 2 key areas facing Penn, controlling the line of scrimmage and moving them defensively. So as these two prepare for the 101st meeting, we'll see how it goes. After being tied in the entire first half, what changed for you guys after those big defensive stops open the third? Both coaches spoke pregame about keys to the game. For head coach Bob Storace, he said, fans see a record, we see film. Not worried about the 2-5 record for Dartmouth coming in, focusing more on the talent across this team. And on the other side for Dartmouth, head coach Buddy Stevens, he spoke about having to control the ball, balance, keeping the Tigers offense off the field. Have to ask, last time we had this Big 5 matchup as a doubleheader, you guys knocked off LaSalle. That was January of 2016. You guys do it again tonight. Just talk to me about Big 5 basketball and this win today. On the other side for the Quakers, just their second home game in their 7 games so far this season. Offensively looking to share the ball. That's what contributed to their 23 assists in that win versus LaSalle, their highest since December of 2019. And defensively forcing turnovers and disrupting as much as they can. And then for you, perfect from the field, 6 assists, 6 rebounds for a team high and game high 17. You went off today. You know, what was different for you and even for your teammates in today's game? A chance to catch up with Bucknell head coach Trevor Woodruff, and he spoke about how this group is more than what their record shows. He said after losing all Patriot League players in Taylor O'Brien and Marley Walls last season at graduation, they have at times 4 underclassmen on the court, including in their starting 5. Every day he said they're learning or winning, one or the other, but they're growing also. Eric, it came down to the final seconds as you guys walk away with this big overtime win. Take us through that overtime period. My heart was racing. I can only imagine on the floor what it was like. Well, guys, I asked Tom Devitt about being named interim head coach November 8th, and he said it was a seamless transition. He didn't change a thing, and he's fortunate it's a group of high-character student-athletes, including 4 guys who were part of the program's first ever NCAA appearance in that March of 2020 run where they faced then #1 Baylor. So he said the focus now is on the process, not the results, and just striving to be 1% better every day, guys. And Flora, you also had a career night, your first career double-double, 11-11 at that. Just talk to me about being able to come into this team and find your way. Key to today's game for both teams is on the defensive end. Now, Martin Inglesby and the Delaware Blue Hens are looking to slow down Clark Slacker and Jordan Dingle coming off of a big game in their Saturday win for the Quakers. And on the other side for Steve Donahue and Penn, he mentioned Jair Davis in a one-on-one and Jameer Nelson Jr. in a screen is tough to defend, and for both teams, they're looking to slow down their opponents' impact players to make the difference in today's game. Coach, you guys went on a 14-0 run at one point in the first half to take control of it before St. Joseph's answered back. What do you guys need to adjust in the second half? Teo, you get your first career goal, and it's an insurance goal to help your team get the 2-1 win. Talk to me about finally seeing the ball leave your foot and head into the back of the net. Yeah, we have an injury-bitten Rider team. Is on the other side, Princeton coming off their best 90 minutes of soccer. But honestly, results aside, records aside, as someone that grew up in Mercer County, this battle is about much more than just that, an X's and O's. So it's going to be a big competition between 2 local rivals. I'm joined by the 3 goal scorers from the Quakers win. I got to start with you with that dagger from the top of the box. Talk to me about the 81st minute getting a goal to help give your team the 1-0 lead. As Brown comes in as the only unbeaten team in the conference, a big game for Princeton to try to see if they can close the gap, and they haven't beaten them since 2017. So a nice chance to see if they can knock off the Brown Bears. And for the first time these two teams are matching up, and the first time in years that Princeton is playing an SEC opponent in New Jersey, 2 offensive powerhouses. So I'm expecting a lot of excitement and possibly a lot of goals today. So who are joining us from Atlanta and D.C. You're getting your first college soccer game. You're getting the first chance to meet the Princeton women's soccer team, who you've been working with for a couple years over Zoom. So before we get into that, tell us about what A Long Talk is all about. A goal and an assist on the day. You lift your team up in this quarterfinal game to advance to the semifinals, winning at home. Emotionally, how does all this feel after this 90 minutes you just played? Absolutely. 2 teams coming off of big wins. You've got Cornell, who with 10 wins coming into today, actually sits the top of Division I men's soccer for 7 road victories Oh, yeah, and they're on the road again today to face Princeton. And then Princeton on the other side coming off of a big win versus Virginia Tech. So with big non-conference wins, a lot of momentum heading into this Saturday matchup. That experience, winning an Ivy title, getting to host a home game for the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2002, knocking off Rutgers 2-0, and then overtime losses, number 3 Syracuse. As a player, as a leader, take us through that experience. And another thing to note, Jeff, these are two teams coming off of exciting wins to open up their season, as well as being teams that are led offensively by a lot of youth, freshmen, sophomores that are logging big minutes and logging big stats. Yeah, a winner that is no stranger to these finals interviews. The only thing that has changed is the mustache gang, Ronick. I'm impressed. Talk to us about the mustache, but also, more importantly, what you did today in that race. Nova has had 14 goals in their 3-1 start to the season, and Amanda Middleman was involved in 6 of those goals. She averages 3.5 goals per game, with 5 goals and 1 assist coming into today, and the junior forward earned Big East weekly honors week 1. So she's a player that's been really hitting the field and starting the season off very strong, and someone you have to keep an eye on offensively. Reagan, we were talking about it, coming off of that hip surgery, you work back, you get your personal best time today. Talk us through how this feels.